भगवते वासु ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी। ॐ अज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथं वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णकृष्णाय प्रभुपाद प्रिय श्री गिरिराजाय स्वामी सुभक्तारास बिहारी भक्तिमेश्चात्मदाय। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णकृष्णाय श्री भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरु दीनतारिणं। Hare Krishna. So we just complete this chapter 7 and then we'll move on to 8, and I would like to finish this chapter 7 and 8. So this is the story of Indra. He offended his spiritual master Brihaspati, and so Lord Brahma chastised him that out of madness of pride, you insulted your guru. So I think maybe I was mentioning last week about how civilizations crumbled, right? And throughout the world, it's like a civilization increases, goes high, and then it crumbles, and mostly it's because of the leader becoming proud, mostly. And we see that, I think, even Ramayana, Sugriv, right? When he got everything, right? He won everything, then he forgot his duty, he forgot his promise, no? Start to enjoy. So here it is with Indra. comfort, became very comfortable. So he insulted his guru. Hmm. Now what he has to do, he has to go to a nephew who's a Brahmana, a young boy who's a Brahmana. So he says, give the result of your austerity to me. Hmm. Very instructive this. And how he spoke to him, he said that, text 32, since you are completely aware of the Supreme Brahman, you are a perfect Brahmana, and there, and sorry, 31? Oh, okay. Dear son, we have been defeated by our enemies, and therefore we are very much aggrieved. Please mercifully fulfill our desires by relieving our distress through the strength of your austerities. Right? Please fulfill our desires, meaning that when we practice tapasya, we get a lot of spiritual strength. Hmm? So now this strength of austerities is meant to be used for Indra's happiness. All right. So text 32. Vrinimahe tvapo dhyayam ramishtam brahmanam gurum yathanjasa vijeshyamaha saptapnastava tejasa. You're actually thinking how dangerous this world is. Extremely dangerous, and I see now Vishwaroop, he's younger, right? And Indra say we are like your parents. So how can the younger disobey, refuse or disrespect? He has disrespected his own superior. But here he's playing the card that we are superior, right? And therefore, like, so Vishwaroop, who's a young boy, he agreed. Even Yudhishthir, right? Yudhishthir, he agreed to play the dice, the game of dice, out of respect for Dhritarashtra. He didn't know what to do. So how that misuse of etiquette, seniority, and your junior being junior, right? So here, same game is going on, right? They're demigods, and they are like on the same level as your parents. You should take care of your parent, right? Even though you may have sons of your own, still, your duties, you take care. What to speak now, you're a brahmachari, meaning you're free, you can take care, right? So use all this. So this material is very treacherous, extremely treacherous, meaning that which is the best, right? Meaning culture, respect, that itself becomes a trap for both the senior and the junior, right? So therefore, I read, I think from Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, his own book, or maybe Satsarup Maharaj, between one of his Guru Maharajas, say that actually this etiquette, it is immaterial. Like in the spiritual line, it's actually immaterial, but still we are observing it, because if we don't observe, then there is chaos. But now we are seeing how etiquette is being misused, when he himself is culprit of it, and he's putting that etiquette on somebody else. So it's a very, if you are small, you get crushed. If you are big, you become proud, So it's like padam padam yat padam vitesham, right? Vipadam natesham. Every step there is danger. Because danger is our own pride, right? Now war is going on. Why? On basis of false ego, right? When we are seeing the news, they are burning their own petroleum, that which they sell, right? That which they sell, and they become super wealthy, petrodollar we call it, they are burning it. It is absolutely, reminding me of this Samudra Manthan, right? How the demons, they fight among themselves. Yeah, Bhagavatam is telling us everything. So we used to say, after we have studied so much, we can see that Bhagavatam is talking more about devotees who behave like demons rather than the demons themselves, right? Bhagavatam is little bit about demons, but it's more like devotees who behave like this, right? So how to get rid of all this? Hmm? So text 32. Since you are completely aware of the Supreme Brahman, you are perfect Brahmana, and therefore you are the spiritual master of all orders of life. We accept you as our spiritual master and director, so that by the power of your austerity, we may easily defeat the enemies who have conquered us. Purport. One must approach a particular type of guru to execute a particular type of duty. So the demigods, they are not surrendering to him, for spiritual instructions. They're approaching him because he has a particular ability to do something that will put them back on their position, right? Therefore, although Vishwarup was inferior to the demigods accepted him as their guru to conquer the demons. So this is putting things in context. न गर्हयन्ति अर्थेषु यविष्ठाङ्घ्रियभिवादनं छन्दोभ्योऽन्यत्र न ब्रह्मन् वयो ज्येष्ठस्य कारणम्. The demigod continued, Jeshthasya, the demigods continued, do not fear criticism for being younger than us. That everybody knows. If you need a lawyer, and if your nephew is a lawyer, of course you'll go to him, right? If your nephew is a purohit, of course you will. You not say, I'm superior to you. He knows the work, right? Such etiquette does not apply in regard to Vedic mantras. Except in relationship to Vedic mantras, seniority is determined by age. But one may offer respectful obeisances even to a younger person who is advanced in chanting Vedic mantras. Therefore, although you are junior in relationship to us, you may become our priest without hesitation. It is said, Vridhatvam vayayasa vina. One may be senior without being advanced in age. Even if one is not old, one gains seniority if he is senior in knowledge. Vishwarup was junior in relationship to the demigods because he was their nephew. But the demigods wanted to accept him as their priest, and therefore he would have to accept obeisances from them. Right? When they do the purohit, they do all the ritual, then you offer obeisances to them. The demigods explained that this should not be a cause for hesitation, for he could become their priest. He could become their priest because he was advanced in Vedic knowledge. Similarly, Chanakya Pandit advises Nichad api uttamam jnanam. One may accept education from a member of a lower social order. The Brahmanas, the members of the most elevated Varnas, are teachers, but a person in a lower family, such as a family of Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, or even Shudras, may be accepted as a teacher if he has knowledge. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu approved of this when he expressed this opinion before Ramananda Rai, CC Madhya 8.128. Kiba vipra kiba nyasi shudra ke ninai. Ye Krishna Tattvaveta se Guru hai. It does not matter whether one is a Brahmana, Shudra, Grihastha, or Sannyasi. These are all material designations. A spiritually advanced person has nothing to do with such designations. Therefore, if one is advanced in the science of Krishna consciousness, regardless of his position in human society, he may become a spiritual master. So I think in ISKCON, that's the principle upon which we operate, right? We don't see whether he's from in Hindu background or Muslim background or Christian or Jewish background, whether he's white, black, red, whatever, right? We see whether he has knowledge, right? Spiritual knowledge. Of course, in ISKCON, there is a whole system, to allow devotees to initiate there is a system. It's not just, by myself. So it became more and more strict and more like, with time, more selective with time. Text 34. Shri Ririshiruvachah Abhyathita Sura Gahane Paurahitye Mahatapaha Savishwarupastanaha Prasana Slakshnaya Gira. Shukdev Goswami continued, when all the demigods requested the great Vishwarup to be their priest, Vishwarup, who was advanced in austerities, was very pleased. He replied to them as follows. Okay, so he was very pleased. I mean, when somebody big senior, approach you, you feel right. Okay, I'm junior, but still he's telling me, right? So you feel very pleased, right? Oh my God. Just see, it's like this human psychology, right? Everywhere there's trap. So he was very pleased. He was flattered. I don't know whether I should say he was flattered. I don't know. He replied to them as follows. So that's why there's mixed devotional service. All right? There's mixed devotional service and there is pure devotional service. Yeah, I think because of this whole, Middle East story, so many things are popping up on YouTube. So they were speaking of King Yayati, because like the root, the root of that side, So it looks like some branch of King Yayati went, that like because all that was together Bharatvarsh. So then they put up, the family tree of King Yayati. And we're going to read about that in chapter in 9th canto, right? So, I mean, I'm just drawing the attention between pure devotional service and mixed devotional service. So, King Yayati, he was enjoying life, right? And he was cursed by Shukracharya. And then he told his sons, he had 5 sons, he said, give me your youth and I will give you the whole old age, but I'll give you the whole kingdom, right? So one son, the eldest son, Yadu, right? Yadu, he refused. And therefore his father threw him out. He was the eldest son. Eldest son meaning that you should become emperor, right? But he didn't become emperor. So his father pushed him out. So they show the map. They say he came to Maharashtra. He was given the section to Maharashtra. And maybe gradually he moved up and then it spread to the west. So in that neglected Yadu dynasty, Krishna appeared. Right? Whereas the main, kings of King Yayati, Krishna fought against them. Right?
Yadu Maharaj knew that Krishna is going to come in Maharaj, so he refused on that basis.
I'm speaking of pure devotional service, right? Here Vishwarup, he got lewd. I'm just doing my purport. I can't say that it's there in the book, but I'm reading this, because all this is just so much, of bargaining, like ego bargaining, status bargaining, it's all mixed. Whereas Yadu, he point blank said no, because he was pure devotee. He didn't think anything about it, that my father would say, I'm not obedient, right? Usually say, you are my boy or my son, you should obey me. He didn't, worry about having that tag, because he was engaged in pure devotional service. So let's read what happens here. 35. Shri Vishwarup Uvacha Vigarhitam Dharmashil hai Brahmavarcha upavyayam katham nu madvidho natha lokeshar abhiyachitam pratyakhyāsyati tachishyah sa eva swarta uchate. Shri Vishwarup said, O demigods, although the acceptance of priesthood is decried as causing the loss of previously acquired Brahminical power, how can someone like me refuse to accept your personal request? You are all exalted commanders of the entire universe. I am your disciple and must take many lessons from you. Therefore, I cannot refuse you. I must agree for my own benefit. So Prabhupada explained this whole system of being Purohit in here. And that's why in the temple, like I remember one time I asked one devotee, some devotee's father passed away, so she wanted, some priest from our temple. And they told me no. Yeah, yeah, they told me no, they will not do. And here's explained, right? The professions of a qualified Brahmana are Pathan, Pathan, Yajana, Yajan, Dana, and Pratigraha. The words Yajana and Yajan mean that a Brahmana becomes the priest of the populace for the sake of their elevation. Right? Meaning that if everybody will refuse, then you know what will happen. So some class of Brahmanas, they agree to be the Purohit of the general population. One who accepts the post of spiritual master neutralizes the sinful reactions of the Yajaman, the one on whose behalf he performs yajna. Thus, the results of the pious acts previously performed by the priest or spiritual master are diminished. Therefore, priesthood is not accepted by learned Brahmanas. Nevertheless, the greatly learned Brahmana Vishwarup became the priest of the demigods because of his profound respect for them. All right, so he's losing his power. So, meaning that it's something in which you have to go on investing. Piety is something in which you have to go on investing, whereas bhakti, it goes increasing. Even if there is a fall, even if there's a fall in bhakti, you don't lose the credits that you have earned in bhakti. Because when the appropriate time comes, again you pick up and you continue. Whereas with this here Prabhupada is explaining that he loses, is diminished. The piety of the result is diminished. Akinchananam hidhanam shilonchanam teneha nirvatita sadhu sakriyah katham vigariham nukaromyadhishwaraha varodhasam rishyati yena duhmatihi. O exalted governors of various planets, the true Brahmana, who has no material possessions, maintains himself by the profession of accepting shilonchana. In other words, he picks up grains left in the field and on the ground in the wholesale market. By this means, householder Brahmanas who actually abide by the principles of austerity and penance, maintain themselves and their families, and perform all necessary pious activities. A Brahmana who desires to achieve happiness by gaining wealth through professional priesthood must certainly have a very low mind. How shall I accept such priesthood? So they're paid, for doing this. They accept that dakshina. So, like when we join, like we do home program, all this. If somebody give a dakshina, what do we do with it? Immediately we give to the temple. Immediately we give to the temple. Why? We don't want to take karma, right? So that has been our training. A first-class Brahmana does not accept any rewards from his disciples or yajman. Practicing austerities and penances, he instead goes to the agricultural field and collects food grains left by the agriculturist to be collected by the Brahmanas. And who was speaking? I think it was Dhritarashtra Prabhu, he was here, he was singing. So he was in Vrindavan. So he's speaking of Tamar Krishna Maharaj, I mean, I just remembered that. So because we were trained that way. So he said that, so he will go, so he has kirtan, everything. And then, people, pious people, naturally they gave some dakshina. After everything is over, Tamar Krishna Maharaj will come to each one, give. Whatever has been given to you, give. Everything goes in the temple. Right? Similarly, such brahmanas go to the marketplaces where grains are purchased and sold wholesale, and there they collect grains left by the merchants. In this way, such exalted brahmanas maintain their bodies and families. Such priests never demand anything from their disciples to live in opulence, imitating Kshatriyas or Vaishyas. In other words, a pure Brahmana voluntarily accepts a life of poverty and lives in complete dependence on the mercy of the Lord. Not very many years ago, a Brahmana in Krishnanagar near Navadvip was offered some help by the local zamindar, Vraja Krishna Chandra. The Brahmana refused to accept the help. He said that since he was very happy in his householder life, taking rice given by his disciples, and cooking vegetables of tamarind leaves, there was no question of taking help from the zamindar. The conclusion is that although a Brahmana may receive much opulence from his disciples, he should not utilize the rewards of his priesthood for his personal benefit. Yeah, so that's what. He must use them for the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yeah. So otherwise what happened? You start becoming dependent. Right? You become dependent. So here, so this Brahmana, he refused. Because what happened is that person now started having a grip on you. And you become a puppet. Whereas Brahmanas, they like to be free. Independent, they depend on the Supreme Lord. This is like Madhukari. Meaning, so he's saying that, so the Brahmana, what is he doing? His disciples are going door to door. Right? They're collecting. He's bringing whatever is there. Now you have one person who's maintaining him. Then that person will start dictating his terms. So they know all this game, right? Like we are just saying here. So that's why I'm saying everybody, each and everyone need to know what is his duty, what is not his duty. He should know if he crosses a certain boundary, what will be the result. So here Vishwarup is learned, right? He knows, right? And he accepted the dangerous work of becoming the priest of Indra. All right? And as we are going to see later, Indra killed him. Indra killed him. See? And here now he's like knowingly, right? Knowingly he's like, he's talking, he has knowledge, right? He knows he shouldn't do, right? So, when you are dealing with a materialistic person, you don't know what will happen. Text 37. Tathapi na pratibhruyam gurubhir pathitam kiyat bhavatam parthitam sarvam pranerarthescha sadhaye. All of you are my superiors, therefore although accepting priesthood is sometimes reproachable, I cannot refuse even a small request from you. I agree to be your priest. I shall fulfill your request by dedicating my life and possessions. श्रीबदरायनिरुवाच तेभ्य एवं प्रतिश्रुत्य विश्वरूपो महातपः पौरोहित्यं वृतश्चक्रे परमेन समाधिना. Shri Shukdev Goswami continued, O king, after making this promise to the demigods, the exalted Vishwarup, surrounded by the demigods, performed the necessary priestly activities with great enthusiasm and attention. Purport. The word samadhina is very important. Samadhi means complete absorption with an undiverted mind. Vishwarup, who was a most learned Brahmana, not only accepted the request of the demigods, but took their request seriously and performed the activities of priesthood with an undiverted mind. In other words, he accepted the priesthood not for material gain, but to profit the demigods, meaning he's so well intended, right? Such is the duty of a priest. The word pura means family and hita means benefit. Thus, the word purohit indicates that the priest is the well-wisher of the family. Another meaning of the word pura is first. A priest's first duty is to see that his disciples benefit spiritually and materially by all means. Then he is satisfied. A priest should never be interested in performing Vedic rituals for his personal benefit. Yeah, so this is like a higher class of Purohit, right? Anyway, text 39. Suradvisham Shriyam Guptam Aushanasyapi Vidyaya Achidyadan Mahendraya Vaishnavya Vidyaya Vibhu. The opulence of the demigods, the opulence of the demons, who are generally known as the enemies of the demigods, was protected by the talents and tactics of Shukracharya. But Vishwarup, who was most powerful, composed a protective prayer known as the Narayan Kavach. By this intelligent mantra, he took away the opulence of the demons and gave it to Mahendra, the king of heaven. Purport. The distinction between the demigods and demons is that the demigods and are all devotees of Lord Vishnu, whereas the demons are devotees of demigods like Lord Shiva, Goddess Kali, and Goddess Durga. Sometimes the demons are also devotees of Lord Brahma. For example, Hiranyakashipu was a devotee of Lord Brahma. Ravan was a devotee of Lord Shiva, and Mahishasur was a devotee of Goddess Durga. The demigods are devotees of Lord Vishnu, Vishnu Bhakta Smrito Deva, whereas the demons, Asuras Tad Viparyaha, are always against the Vishnu Bhaktas or Vaishnavas. To oppose the Vaishnavas, the demons become devotees of Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, Kali, Durga, and so on. In the days of yore, many long years ago, there was animosity between the devas and the asuras, and the same spirit still continues. For the devotees of Lord Shiva and Goddess Durga are always envious of Vaishnavas, who are devotees of Lord Vishnu. This strain between the devotees of Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu has always existed. In the higher planetary system, fights between the demons and the demigods continue for a long, long time. Like we here in Mahabharata, the Kauravas, they're doing their prayers, right? Krishna is there and they're doing their prayer. I always wondered, see, when you're ignorant, you think prayer is prayer, right? Everything is one. So Kaurava, they are going, they're praying, and here and Karna is doing Surya Puja. So everything is one and same. So what's the problem? Right? And Krishna is with the Pandavas. It's all puja, it's all one. And here we are finding, right? So Prabhupada had to come and explain this to us. Herein we see that Vishwarup made for the demigods a protective covering saturated with a Vishnu mantra. Sometimes the Vishnu mantra is called Vishnu Jwara and the Shiva mantra is called Shiva Jwara. We find in the Shastra that sometimes the Shiva Jwara and Vishnu Jwara are employed in the fights between the demigods and the demons and the demigods. The word Suradvisham, which in this verse means of the enemies of the demigods, also refers to the atheist. Srimad Bhagavatam elsewhere says that Lord Buddha appeared for the purpose of bewildering the demons or atheists. The Supreme Person Godhead always awards his benediction to demigods. The Lord himself confirms this in Bhagavad Gita 9.31. Konteya patitijanihi name bhakta pranashati. O son of Kunti, declared boldly that my devotee never perishes. This is the last text, text 40. Yaya gupta sahasrakshu jigye sura chamur vibhu tam praha sa mahendraya Vishwarupa udharadhihi. Vishwarup, who was most liberal, spoke to King Indra. Sahasraksha, the great, the secret, oh God. Vishwarup, who was most liberal, spoke to King Indra. Sahasraksha, the secret hymn that protected Indra and conquered the military power of the demons. Oh my God, everything is about military, right? The world is only about military right now. Okay, you read chapter 8.
Chapter 8 Narayan Couch Shield. This chapter describes how Indra, the king of heaven, was victorious over the shoulders of demons, and it also describes the shield of Vishnu Mantra. To take protection from the shield, one must first touch kusha grass and wash one's mouth with Achaman mantras. One should observe silence and then place the 8-syllable Vishnu mantra on the parts of his body and place the 12-syllable mantra on his hand. The 8-syllable mantra is Om Namo Narayanaya. This mantra should be distributed all over the front and back of the body. The 12-syllable mantra, which began with the Pranav Omkara, is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. One syllable should be placed in each of the finger and should be preceded by Pranav Omkar. Thereafter, one must chant Om Vishnave Namah, which is 6-syllable mantra. One must progressively place the syllables of the mantra on the heart, the head, between the two eyebrows, on the shikha, and between the eyes. Then one should chant Maha Ashtraya Fat, and with this mantra protects himself from all direction. Na deva devam archayati. One who has uh, not risen to the level of deva cannot chant this mantra. According to this direction of the Shastra, one must think himself qualitatively non-different from the Supreme. After finishing the dedication, one must offer a prayer to the 8-armed Lord Vishnu who sits on the shoulders of Garud Deva. One also has to think of fish reincarnation, Vaman, Kurma, Narsimha, Vara, Parshuram, Ramchandra, the elder brother of Lakshmana, Nar Narayana, Dattatreya, an empowered incarnation, Kapila, Sanat Kumar, Hayagriv, Naradeva, the incarnation of a devotee, Dhanmantri, Rishabdev, Yagna, Balram, Vyasdev, Buddhadev, and Keshav. One should always also think of Govinda, the master of Vrindavan, and one should think of Narayana, the master of spiritual sky. One should think of Madhusudana, Tridhama, Madhav, Rishikesh, Padmanabha, Janardana, Damodar, and Vishweshwar, as well as the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna himself. After offering praise to the Lord's personal expansion known as Swamsa and Shaktavesh Avatara. One should pray to the weapons of Lord Narayana, such as Sudarshan, Gada, Shankha, Khadak, and bow. After explaining this process, Sukdev Goswami told Maharaj Parikshit how Vishwarup, the brother of Vratasur, described the glories of Narayan Kavash to Indra.
Text 1 and 2. Shri Rajovacha Yaya Gupta Sahasraksham Mahabalipursainikam Vidani Vavimjitya Trilokya
Okay.
Trilokya
Vijay.
Bhubhuteshayam
Bhagvam Stamamakyadi Varmanarayanatmakam Yatha Tato Shatram Tam Yena Gupto Jayanmrade. Translation. King Pariskrit inquired from Sukadev Goswami, "My lord, kindly explain the Vishnu mantra armor that protected King Indra and enabled him to conquer his enemies, along with their carriers, and enjoy the opulence of the three worlds. Please explain to me that Narayan armor by which King Indra achieved success in battle, conquering the enemies who were endeavoring to kill him."
Shri Badarani
वाच ऋतपुरोहितस्त्वस्त्र महेन्द्रयानुपृच्छते नारायणाख्यं वर्मः तदेहैको मन्त्रः शृणु. Translation. Sri Sukadev Goswami said, King Indra, the leader of the demigods, inquired about the armor known as Narayana Kavach from Vishwarup, who was engaged by the demigods as their priest. Please hear Vishwarupa's reply with great attention.
Vishwarupa
Vacha
Nottam Vimanir
Chamya Sapavitra Udhanmukha Krita Swango Karonyaso Mantrabhyam Vagyata Suchi Narayana Param Varma Sanayad Bhaya Agate Padayor Janamur Avur Udhare Riddhi Athorishasi Mukhe Shirasi Anupurvyat ओमकाराग्नि विनायसि ओम नमो नारायणायति विपर्ययम् अथापिवा. Translation. Vishwarupa said, if some form of fear arrives, one should first wash his hands and legs clean and then perform achman by chanting this mantra. Om apavitra pavitro va sarvavastham gatopi va ya samret pundarikaksham sa bhavyantra suchi. Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu. Then one should touch kusha grass and sit gravely and silently facing north. When completely purified, one should touch the mantra composed of 8 syllables to the 8 parts of his body and touch the mantra composed of 12 syllables to his hands. Thus, in the following manner, he should bind himself with a Narayana coat of armor. First, while chanting the mantra composed of 8 syllables, Om Namo Narayanaya, beginning with the pranava, the syllable Om, one should touch his hands to 8 parts of his body, starting with 2 feet and progressing systematically to the knees, thighs, abdomen, heart, chest, mouth, and head. Then one should chant the mantra in reverse, beginning from last syllable Ya. While touching the parts of his body in the reverse order, these two processes are known as Utpatti Nyasa and Samhara Nyasa respectively.
Hare Krishna.
Text 7.
Yeah. Karanavasam tatha kuryat divyasya vidayah pranavadhi ekarantam anukuri anukushtavarvaham. Translation. Then one should chant the mantra composed of 12 syllables Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, presiding each syllable by the Omkara. One should place the syllables of the mantra on the tips of his finger, beginning with the index finger of the right hand and concluding with the index finger of the left. The 4 remaining syllables should be placed on the joints of the thumbs. न्यासद तो नाकारं शिखयस्नयस्ते वेकरं नेत्रायुन नाकरं सर्वसन्देशा माकरम् अस्त्र उद्देश्य मन्त्रमूर्तिर्भवेद्बोध्य स्वाशिषं पदान्तं तत् सर्वदिकुषुद्विनिर् ॐ विश्वन्ते नमः. Translation: One must then chant the mantra of 6 syllables Om Vaishnava Namaha. One should place the syllable on Om on his heart, the syllables way on the top of his head, the syllable Sa between his eyebrows, the syllable Na on his stuff or hair, Shikha, and syllable way between the eyes. The chapter of the the chant of the mantra should then place the syllable Na on all his joints of his body and meditate on the syllable Ma as being a weapon. He should thus become perfect personification of the mantra. Thereafter, adding Visarga to the final syllable. Ma, he should chant mantra Mahaastraya. Mahaastraya Fat. Mahaastraya Fat in all directions, beginning from the east. In this way, all directions should be bound by the protective armor of the mantra. Yeah, it's very.
It's in that Uttapi and that this form.
Atmaram Pram Devastan Vidhayo Tejastapomartam Imam Mantra Udhyare. Translation: After finishing this chanting, one should think himself qualitatively one with the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, who is fixed in his 6 appearances and is worthy to be meditated upon. Then one should chant the following protective prayers to Lord Narayana, the Narayana Kavacha. Yeah. Next 12.
सर्वरक्षं नस्त्राङ्गी पद्मपतगेन्द्रपृष्ठे Translation: The Supreme Lord, who sits on the back of the bird Garuda, touching him with his lotus feet, holds 8 weapons: the conch shell, disc, shield, sword, club, arrows, bow, and ropes. May that Supreme Personality of Godhead protect me at all times with his 8 arms. He is all powerful because he fully possesses the 8 mystic powers, Anima, Lagima, etc. Okay, sorry. Puppet by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada. Thinking oneself one with the Supreme is called Ahangrahopasana. Through Ahangrahopasana, one does not become God, but he thinks of himself as qualitatively one with the Supreme. Understanding that as a spirit soul, he is equal in quality to the Supreme Soul, the way the water of a river is of the same nature as the water of the sea. One should meditate upon the Supreme Lord as described in this verse and seek his protection. The living entities are always subordinate to the Supreme. Consequently, the duty is to always seek the mercy of the Lord in order to be protected by him in all circumstances. रक्षतु मत्स्यमूर्तिर्यदो गणेभ्यो वरुणस्य पाशात् स्थालेषु मयावतु वामनोऽव्यात् त्रिविक्रमाख्येवतु विश्वरूपा. Translation: May the Lord, who assumes the body of a great fish, protect me in the water from the fierce animals that are associates of the demigod Varuna. By expanding his illusionary energy, the Lord assumed the form of the dwarf Vamana. May Vamana protect me on the land. Since the gigantic form of the Lord Vishwarupa conquers the three worlds, may he protect me in the sky. Purport: This mantra seeks the protection of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the water, land, and sky in his incarnations as the fish, Vamanadev, and the Vishwarupa. Kadishu Prabhu Payan Simho Sutayuta Pari Vimunchato Yasya Mahattahasam Disho Vinidunapatam Stagarbha. Translation: May Lord Narsimha Dev, who appeared as the enemy of Hiranyakashipu, protect me in all directions. His loud laughing vibrated in all directions and caused the pregnant wives of the Asuras to have miscarriages. May that Lord be kind enough to protect me in difficult places like the forest and battlefront. Kalpa Swadam Ramodriteshwa pravase salakshma avyat bharatagratoasman. Translation: The Supreme Indestructible Lord is ascertained through the performance of ritualistic sacrifices and is therefore known as Yagneshwara. In his incarnation as Lord Boar, he raised the planet Earth from the water at the bottom of the universe and kept it on his pointed tusks. May that Lord protect me from rogues on the street. May Parashuram protect me on the tops of mountains, and may the elder brother of Bharata, Lord Ramachandra, along with his brother Lakshman, protect me in foreign countries. Purport: There are three Ramas. One Rama is Parshuram, Jamada Agnya. Another Ram is Lord Ramachandra, and a third Rama is Lord Balaram. In this verse, the words Ramo Adri Kuteshva Atha indicate Lord Parshuram. The brother of Bharat Maharaj and Lakshman is Lord Ramachandra.
मामुग्रधर्मदखिलत् प्रमादान् नारायण पातु नरश्चहासात् ततस्त्वयोगाद् अथ योगनाथः पायद्गुणेशः कपिलकर्मबन्धात्. May Lord Narayan protect me from unnecessarily following false religious systems and falling from my duties due to madness. May the Lord in his appearance as Nara protect me from unnecessary pride. May Lord Dattatreya, the master of all mystic power, protect me from falling while performing bhakti yoga. And may Lord Kapila, the master of all good qualities, protect me from the material bondage of fruitive activities. Text 7. Sanat Kumaro Vatu Kamadevad Dhaya Shirsha Mampati Deva Helanat Devarshi Variya Purusha Chanatarat Kurmo Harir Mam Nirayad Asheshat. May Sanat Kumar protect me from lusty desires. As I begin some auspicious activity, may Lord Hayagriva protect me from being an offender by neglecting to offer respectful obeisance to the Supreme Lord. May Devarshi Narada protect me from committing offenses in worshipping the deity, and may Lord Kurma, the tortoise, protect me from falling to the unlimited hellish planets. Purport. Lusty desires are very strong in everyone, and they are the greatest impediment to the discharge of devotional service. Therefore, those who are very much influenced by lusty desires are advised to take shelter of Sanat Kumar, the great brahmachari devotee. Narad Muni, who is the guide for Archana, is the author of Narad Pancharatra, which prescribe the regulatory principles for worshipping the deity. Everyone engaged in deity worship, whether at home or in the temple, should always seek the mercy of Devarshi Narada in order to avoid the 32 offenses while worshipping the deity. These offenses in deity worship are mentioned in the Nectar of Devotion. धन्वन्तरे भगवान् पथ्या धन्वत् भयत्रीशभो निरीजात्मा यज्ञश्च लोकाद् अववतज्ञनन्तः बलो गणात् क्रोधवसाद् अहीन्द्रः. May the Supreme Person of Godhead in His incarnation as Dhanvantari relieve me from undesirable eatables and protect me from physical illness. May Lord Rishabdev, who conquered his inner and outer senses, protect me from fear produced by the duality of heat and cold. May Yagya protect me from defamation and harm from the populace. And may Lord Balaram as Shesha protect me from envious serpents. Purport. To live within this material world, one must face many dangers, as described herein. For example, undesirable food poses a danger to health, and therefore one must give up such food. The Dhanvantari incarnation can protect us in this regard. Since Lord Vishnu is the super soul of all living entities, if he likes, he can save us from adibiotic disturbances from other living entities. Lord Brahma is the Shesha incarnation, and therefore he can save us from angry serpents or envious persons who are always ready to attack. Should we continue? Otherwise, after 3 weeks, we will continue. What do you want to do? We are halfway. We are halfway. We are halfway through. We'll do 15 minutes. All right. Text 19. Dvaipayano Bhagavan Aprabudhat Buddhastupaşandagana Pramadat Kalki Kale Kalamalat Prapatuhu Dharmavanayoru Kritavatara. May the personality of Godhead in his incarnation of Vyasadeva protect me from all kinds of ignorance resulting from the absence of Vedic knowledge. May Lord Buddhadev protect me from activities opposed to Vedic principles and from laziness that causes one to madly forget the Vedic principles of knowledge and ritualistic action. May Kalki Dev, the Supreme Person of Godhead, who appeared as an incarnation to protect religious principles, protect me from the dirt of the age of Kali.
Purport. This verse mentions various incarnations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who appears for various purposes. Shri Vyasadeva Mahamuni compiled the Vedic literature for the benefit of all human society. If one wants to be protected from the reaction of ignorance, even in this age of Kali, one may consult the books left by Shri Vyasadeva, namely the four Vedas, Sama, Yajur, Rig, and Atharva. The 108 Upanishad, Vedant Sutra, Brahma Sutra, Mahabharat, Srimad Bhagavatam, Mahapuran, Vyasadev's commentary on Brahma Sutra, and other 17 Puranas. Only by the mercy of Shri Vyasadeva do we have so many volumes of transcendental knowledge to save us from the clutches of ignorance. As described by Shri Jayadev Goswami in his Dash Avatar Shrotra, Lord Buddha appeared, decried the Vedic knowledge. Nindesi yagna vidhe ha shruti jatam sadai hriday darshati pashughatam Keshavadhrita Buddha Sharira Jai Jagadisha Hare. The mission of Lord Buddha was to save people from the abominable activity of animal killing and to save the poor animals from being unnecessarily killed. When Pashandis were cheating by killing animals on the plea of sacrificing them in Vedic yagnas, the Lord said, if the Vedic injunction allow animal killing, I do not accept the Vedic principles. Thus, he actually said people who acted according to Vedic principles, one should therefore surrender to Lord Buddha so that he can help one avoid misusing the injunction of the Vedas. The Kalki avatar is a fierce incarnation who vanquishes the class of the atheists born in this age of Kali. Now, in the beginning of Kali Yuga, many irreligious principles are in effect, and as Kali Yuga advances, many pseudo religious principles will certainly be introduced, and people will forget the real religious principles enunciated by Lord Krishna before the beginning of Kali Yuga, namely, principle of surrender unto the lotus feet of the Lord. Unfortunately, because of Kali Yuga, foolish people do not surrender to the lotus feet of Krishna. Even most people who claim to belong to the Vedic system of religions are actually opposed to the Vedic principles. Every day they manufacture a new type of dharma on the plea that whatever one manufactures is also a path of liberation. Atheistic men generally say, Yata Mata Tata Path. According to this view, there are hundreds and thousands of different opinions in human society, and each opinion is valid religious principle. This philosophy of rascals has killed the religious principles mentioned in the Vedas, and such principles will become increasingly influential as Kali Yuga progresses. In the last stage of Kali Yuga, Kalki Dev, the fierce incarnation of Keshava, will descend to kill all the atheists and will save only the devotees of the Lord. Nam Keshavagradaya Prataravyad Govinda Sangvam Atavin Narayana Prahna Uddhat Sakti Madhyandile Vishnu Arindapani. Translation by Divine Grace Prabhupada. May Lord Kesha protect me with his club in the first portion of the day. And may Govinda, who is always engaged in playing his flute, protect me in the second portion of the day. May Lord Narayan, who is equipped with all potencies, protect me in the third part of the day. And may Lord Vishnu, who carries a disc to kill his enemies, protect me in the fourth part of the day. Purport. According to the Vedic astronomical calculation, day and night are each divided into 30 ghatkas, 24 minutes. Instead of 12 hours, generally each day and each night is divided into 6 parts consisting of 5 ghatikas. In each of these 6 portions of the day and night, the Lord may be addressed for protection according to different names. Lord Keshava, the proprietor of the holy place of Mathura, is the lord of the first portion of the day, and Govinda, the Lord Vrindavan, is the master of the second portion.
Sayam Tridamavattu Madhavo Mam Dose Rishikesha Utardharatre Nishita Ekovatu Padmanabha. Translation. May Lord Madhusudana, who carries a bow very fearful for the demons, protect me during the fifth part of the day. In the evening, may Lord Madhava, appearing as Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara, protect me, and in the beginning of the night, may Lord Rishikesha protect me. At the dead of night, in the second and the third part of night, may Lord Padmanabha alone protect me. Text 22. Samo pararatra esha मृत्युस ईशोऽसि धारो जनार्दनः दामोदरो व्याधनुसन्ध्यं प्रभते विश्वेश्वरो भगवान् कालमूर्ति. Translation. May the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who bears the Srivatsa on his chest, protect me after midnight until the sky becomes pinkish. May Lord Janardana, who carries a sword in his hand, protect me at the end of night during the last 4 ghatikas of night. May Lord Damodar protect me in the early morning, and may Lord Vishweshwara protect me during the junction of the day and night. तिग्मनेमि ब्रह्मात् समान्तात् भगवत् प्रयुक्तं दण्डग्दि अरिसैन्यमासु काक्षं यथा वातसखो हुतोऽसा. Translation. Set into motion by the Supreme Personality of Godhead and wandering in all the 4 directions, the disk of the Supreme Lord has sharp edges, as destructive as the fire of devastation at the end of the millennium. As a blazing fire burns dry grass to ashes with the assistance of the breeze, may that Sudarshan Chakra burn our enemies to ashes. शनविष्पुङ्गे निष्पिण्डि अजितप्रियासि कुष्मण्डवेनायकयक्षरक्षो भूतग्रहंश्चूर्णय. Translation. O club in the hand of Supreme Personality of Godhead, you produce sparks of fire as powerful as thunderbolt, and you are extremely dear to the Lord. I am also his servant. Therefore, kindly help me pound to pieces the evil living beings known as Kushamdas, Vanyakas, Yakshas, Rakshasas, Bhutas, and Grahas. Please pulverize them. परमात्म प्रेत मात्र पिशाच विप्रग्रह घोर दृष्टि धरेन्द्र विद्रव्य कृष्ण पुरिता भीमा स्वनारे हृदयन्ति कंपयान. Translation. O best of conch shells, O Panchajanya in the hands of Lord, you are always filled with breath of Lord Krishna. Therefore, you create a fearful sound vibration that causes trembling in the hearts of enemies like the Rakshasas, Pramatha, ghost, Pretas, Matas, Pishachas, and Brahmana, ghost with fearful eyes. धरसि वरारी सैन्यम् ईशा प्रयुक्तो मम चिन्दी चक्षुंषि चर्म चलता चन्द्रचादय द्वेषम् अगोनाम् अरपापचक्षुषाम्. Translation. O King of sharp-edged swords, you are engaged by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Please cut the soldiers of my enemies to pieces. Please cut them to pieces. O shield marked with 100 brilliant moon-like circles, please cover the eyes of the sinful enemies. Pluck out their sinful eyes. भयं ग्रभ्यो भूत केतभ्यो निर्भय एव च सरिसृभ्यो दंस्त्रिभ्यो भूतेभ्यो एव च सर्वाणि एतानि भगवन् नामरूपाकृतनात् प्रयन्तु संशयं साध्यो येनाश्रय प्रतिपका. Translation. May the glorification of the transcendental name, form, qualities, and paraphernalia of the Supreme Personality of Godhead protect me from the influence of bad planets, meteors, envious human beings, serpents, scorpions, and animals like tigers and wolves. May it protect us from ghosts and the material elements like earth, water, fire, and air. And may it also protect us from lightning and our past sins. We are always afraid of these hindrances to our auspicious life. Therefore, may they all be completely destroyed by the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. स्तोभश्चन्दमयो प्रभु रक्षस्त्वशेषकृभ्यो विश्वक्षेणा स्वनामभिः. Translation. Lord Garuda, the carrier of Lord Vishnu, is the most worshipable Lord, for he is as powerful as the Supreme Lord himself. He is a personified Vedas and is worshipped by selected verses. May he protect us from all the dangerous conditions, and may Lord Vishwaksena, the personality of Godhead, also protect us from all dangers by his holy name. हरिनाम रूपयानायुधानिना बुद्धेन्द्रिया मन प्राणान पंतु पार्षदभूषणा. Translation. May the Supreme Personality of Godhead's holy names, His transcendental forms, His carriers, and all the weapons decorating Him as personal associates protect our intelligence, senses, mind, and life, air from all dangers. Purport. There are various associates of the transcendental personality of Godhead, and his weapons and carriers are among them. In the spiritual world, nothing is material. The sword, bow, club, disc, and everything decorating the personal body of the Lord are spiritual living force. Therefore, the Lord is called Advaya Jnanana, indicating that there is no difference between him and his names, forms, qualities, weapons, and so on. Anything pertaining to him is in the same category of spiritual existence. They are all engaged in the service of the Lord in varieties of spiritual form. भगवानेव वस्तुतः सद असच्चयत् सत्यनेन न सर्वे यन्तु नाशम् उपादवः.
Hare Krishna. Translation. The subtle and the gross cosmic manifestation is material, but nevertheless it is not different from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because He is ultimately the cause of all causes. The cause and effects are factually one, because the cause is present in the effect. Therefore, the absolute truth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, can destroy all our dangers by any of his potent parts. So vikalparatitam sam bhushanayadhalinga datte sakta swamahya tena ve satyamanena sarvagyano bhagavan hriva pati Sada Sarvetra Sa Sarvagata. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, the living entity, is the material energy, the spiritual energy, and the entire creation of all individual substances. And the ultimate analyst analyzes, however, together the constituted the Supreme One, the personality of the Godhead. Therefore, those who are advanced in spiritual knowledge see unity in divine diversity. Diversity for such advanced person, the Lord bodily decoration, His name, His fame, His attributes and forms, and His weapons in His hand are manifestation of the strength of His potency. According to His elevated spiritual understanding, the omniscient Lord, who manifests various forms and is present everywhere. May He always protect us from everywhere, from all calamities. Purport. A person highly elevated in spiritual knowledge knows that nothing exists but the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 9.4, where Lord Krishna says, Maya tatam idham sarvam, indicating that everything we see is expansion of energy. This is confirmed in the Vishnu Purana Ekadesha Sahita Shithasra Jyotish. Yeah, yeah, Mataji. एकादेश स्थिति सन ज्योतिष्ण विस्तस्त्र जोनिति परस्या ब्रह्मणा शक्तिश तथा धीमा अखिलम जगत as a fine as a fire although as a fire, although existing in one place, can expand its light and heat everywhere, so the omnipotent Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, although situated in his spiritual abode, expands himself everywhere in both the material and the spiritual world by his various energy. Since both causes and effects are the Supreme Lord, there is no difference between the cause and the effect. Consequently, the ornaments and the weapons of the Lord, being expansion of his spiritual energy, are not different from him. There is no difference between the Lord and his variously presented energies. This is also confirmed in Padma Purana. Nama Chetasam Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Pumano Shasado Binnato Amam. The holy name of the Lord is fully identical with the Lord, not partially. The word Purna means complete. The Lord is omnipotent and omniscient, and similarly, his name, fame, qualities, paraphernalia, and everything pertaining to him are complete, pure, eternal, and free from material contamination. The prayer to the ornaments and the carriers of the Lord is not false, for they are God, but for they are as good as the Lord. Since the Lord is all expressive, all pervasive, he exists in everything, and everything exists in him. Therefore, even worship of the Lord's weapon or ornaments has the same potential as worship of the Lord. Maya, Mayavadis refuse to accept the form of the Lord, or they say that the form of the Lord is Maya or false. But one should not very carefully that this is not acceptable. The Lord is original form and his impersonal expansion are one. The Lord maintains from his form, qualities, and abode eternally. Therefore, this prayer says, Patu sarvabhaya sarvarupa naha sadha sarvatara sarva gaha. May the Lord, who is all pervasive in his various forms, protect us everywhere. The Lord is always present everywhere by his name, form, qualities, attributes, or paraphernalia, and they are all equal power to protect the devotees. Srila Madhavacharya explained as this follows: Eka Shastru Bahushavanu Swaha Patu Sarvesha Hirivaha.
ईर भगवान नरसिंह रापयालोकभयं स्वनेन स्वतेजसाग्रस्तसमस्ततेजा. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Prahlad Maharaj loudly chanted the holy name of Lord Narsimha Deva. May Lord Narsimha Deva, roaring for his devotee Prahlad Maharaj, protect us from all fear of dangers created by stalwart leaders in all directions through poison, weapons, water, fire, air, and so on. May the Lord cover their influence by his own transcendental influence. May Narsimha Dev protect us in all directions and in all corners, above, below, within, and without. 1. Idam akhyatam varma narayanatmakam vijeshyasya anjasa yena damshito asura yuthapan. Translation. Vishwarupa continued, O Indra, this mystic armor related to Lord Narayana has been prescribed by me to you. By putting on this protective covering, you will certainly be able to conquer the leaders of the demons. Chakshucha Padava Samshrite Sadhya Sadvasat Sa Vimuchyate. Translation. If one employs this armor, whomever he sees with his eyes or touches with his feet is immediately freed from all the above mentioned dangers. तश्चिद् भयं तस्य विद्यं धारायतो भवेत् राजदस्युग्रहदादिभ्यो व्याधियादिभ्यश्च करहिचेत्. Translation: This prayer, Narayana Kavacha, constitutes subtle knowledge, transcendently connected with Narayana. One who employs this prayer is never disturbed or put in danger by the government, by plunderers, by evil demons, or by any type of disease. Tam pura kaschit kaushiko dharayan dvija yogadharanaya swangam jahausa marudhan vani. Translation: O King of Heaven, a Brahmana named Kaushika formerly used this armor when he purposely gave up his body in the desert by mystic power. परिविमानेन गन्धर्वपातिरेकदा ययो चित्रारथा स्त्रीभिर्वृतो यत्र द्विजाशया. Translation: Surrounded by many beautiful women, Chitraratha, the king of Gandharva Loka, was once passing in his airplane over the Brahmana's body at the spot where the Brahmana had died. अविमानो य अवक्षिरा सावाली खिल्या वाचनात् अस्तिनि यदाय विस्मिता प्रस्य प्राची सरस्वत्यं स्नात्मधामा स्वमंवगात्. Translation: Suddenly Chitraratha was forced to fall from the sky headfirst with his airplane. Struck with wonder, he was ordered by the great sages named the Valikilyas to throw the Brahmana's bones in the nearby river Saraswati. He had to do this and bathe in the river before returning to his abode. या इदं शृण्यात् काले यो धारयति चाद्रता तं नमस्यन्ति भूतानि मुच्यते सर्वतो भयात्. Translation: Sri Sukadev Goswami said, My dear Maharaj Parikshit, one who employs this armor or hears about it with faith and veneration when afraid because of any conditions in the material world is immediately freed from all dangers and is worshipped by all living entities. Vishvarupa Chatakshruta Trailokya Lakshmim Bhuvije Vinijitya Mride Suran. Translation: King Indra, who performed 100 sacrifices, received this prayer of protection from Vishvarupa. After conquering the demons, he enjoyed all the opulences of the three worlds. Purport: This mystical mantric armor given by Vishvarupa to Indra, the king of heaven, acted powerfully, with the effect that Indra was able to conquer the Asuras and enjoy the opulence of the three worlds without impediments. In this regard, Madhavacharya points out, Vidya karmani cha sada guru prapta phala prada anyatha neva phalada prasannokta phala prada. One must receive all kinds of mantras from a bona fide spiritual master, otherwise the mantras will not be fruitful. This is also indicated in Bhagavad Gita 4.34. Tat vidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. All mantras should be received through the authorized guru, and the disciple must satisfy the guru in all respects after surrendering at his lotus feet. In the Padma Puran it is also said, Sampradaya vihina ye mantras te nishvala mata. There are 4 sampradayas or disciplic successions, namely the Brahma Sampradaya, the Rudra Sampradaya, the Shri Sampradaya and the Kumara Sampradaya. If one wants to advance in spiritual power, one must receive his mantras from one of these bona fide sampradayas. Otherwise, he will never successfully advance in spiritual life. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the 6th canto, 8th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled the Narayana Kavach Shield. Hare Krishna.
So I think Prabhupada has said everything, right? Said everything. Oh, what happened there? It got switched off. Somebody switch it off. Somebody switch it off. Yeah, switch it off. Anyway, so only half was recorded. Well, maybe it wasn't meant to be recorded. So Prabhupada is saying that. So you see all those achaman, right? First, so it has to be learned from a spiritual master. Otherwise, mess, contrary effect, right? So we should not pick up Shrimad Bhagavatam 6th canto and say, okay, Narayan Kavacha, let me try this. It doesn't work, right? Everybody knows that deity worship, you have to learn from a pujari. You have to practice again and again with the pujari. Then you can learn. So now this is very complicated, this whole achaman. So if you do it wrong, then it will create a contrary effect, right? And now all those mantras, so Prabhupada concluded with this, right? That the mantras, everything has to be by initiation. So he's a purohit, right? Vishwarup is a purohit, so he's initiating Indra with all these mantras and protecting his body. For us, what we have to do? Hare Krishna Mahamantra, right? So we qualify ourselves to get Diksha in Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and this is our protection. But it is nice to read all this, right? And we will see next week what happened, next chapter what happens. All right. Hare Krishna.
This will help us in second initiation.
What?
This?
No,
No, it's not.
not required.